Hi everyone, my name is Vishwa and you are watching Facts No Printer, a show where we talk about all fun things about facts about the world and beyond. In this episode, we will be talking about my favorite season here in Toronto, some of the cool things about it, and maybe even take a stroll down some of the places we will talk about today. Spring in Toronto brings forth a transformation of the landscape and activities after not so fun winter. So let's talk about it. Without further ado, let's get into this episode. First, we will talk about the science of spring here and some facts about it. Did you know that the vernal equinox, which is around March 19th, is the point where the sun is exactly above the equator, which means that the length of day and night is the same as it marks the beginning of spring in the northern hemisphere. So the transition from winter to spring also involves heat being transferred. As the sun's rays become more direct, the land and water absorb solar energy, which makes the temperature higher and higher and higher. It brings us to the fact that warmer temperatures and more sunlight activate some of the plant processes such as photosynthesis. This leads to the blossoming of flowers and the growth of new leaves and green leaves, which obviously I missed. If you've been here for at least one spring, you know that the blooming of cherry blossom trees is a very popular activity, which we will cover in just a moment. But the conditions need to be very specific. The ideal conditions are sunny and warm days with cool and clear nights. The temperature should be 5 degrees to 15 degrees, but when temperatures are greater than this, the development of these trees are much faster. Peak bloom is about 4 to 10 days, which is honestly a quite short amount of time. There are various places in Toronto that have cherry blossom trees, including Trinity Bellwoods Park and High Park around late April to early May. There are even some trees scattered in Toronto downtown, such as the U of T campus, which is pretty cool. These trees were given as gifts by Japan. In spring, festival season has officially begun and it's in full blast. There's Fashion Art Toronto, Hot Docs, GradX, Luminato festivals, other various arts and craft festivals, food festivals, and way more. There's always a festival to go to during the spring. Probably my favorite part of spring is flower markets. There are so many local and popular flower markets all throughout the season with so many different flowers you can buy, from entire bouquets, saplings, seeds, or just one singular flower. It's quite nice to see people just walk down the street holding flowers just because it's actually kind of cute. And affordable too. Much better prices than your local big box grocery store for sure. Speaking of flowers, the various botanical gardens in the city have finally come more to life. I mean, there are some gardens and conservatories that are year-round due to them being in a greenhouse, such as Allen Gardens. But places like the Toronto Botanical Gardens or James Gardens or Music Gardens become much more alive and vibrant. And this is a great place to just chill and journal or meditate or walk around or something. I love to go to gardens because it just makes me feel so much more zen and chill and see plants that would otherwise not grow here just randomly on the street, specifically succulents. I love succulents. Another cool thing you can do in Toronto is explore the city's ravines. This is something I will never stop recommending because with Toronto being the city with the most ravines in the entire world, it's definitely something that the general public should take more advantage of. Whether you're just biking, jogging, or walking your dog, taking a stroll, there for photography, there's a lot of wildlife, or seeing the wildlife. I highly recommend going to a ravine. If you've watched previous seasons of the show, you know my passion for ravines. Plus the ducks and gooses or geese, so cute. I think that's a good way to end this episode off with. With a very interesting winter for sure, I am glad we are finally getting into warmer and more greener times. I tell myself every year that I'll take advantage of everything spring offers, but then I'm just a blanket burrito for most of it. But for this year, I will for sure take advantage of it. Thank you for watching Facts No Printer, and I hope you learned something new on this episode. See you next time. Bye.